Okay, so something I really concentrate is on sharing in real time. I think this is something bloggers and vloggers and Instagrammers are best at. This is why we're here. This is why you bring us here, so that we can share our experiences in real time. So right now, for example, people back in Ireland, my friends, my family, followers around the world that I have on Instagram, on Facebook, are watching my Instagram stories right now. They know I'm at a conference. They know I'm in the Maldives. They know how I got here. They know that I got upgraded to business class. They know that when I arrived in the airport, I had a VIP shuttle pick me up. They were very jealous of that. They knew that I got a boat, a speedboat to Bandos Resort. They were like, no airport bus, you get a speedboat. And in some resorts, you get a seaplane. And they know all this already. I've only been here 24 hours, and they know exactly what I'm doing because I'm sharing in real time on my Instagram stories. A lot of the bloggers here also do Instagram stories. They also do Snapchat. I know I've seen Travel TomTom do Facebook Live from his resort, Adoran. And you can also do Instagram Live. So what this means is that your followers around the world are knowing what you're up to right now. They know what you're feeling. They know if you're really happy. They know if you're really sad. Last time I was in the Maldives, I cried. I'm not going to tell you why, but I cried. And all of my followers saw that I was crying and sent me their sympathy messages, and they felt like they were here with me and they wanted to come here as well. So yeah, I just think sharing in real time is really important, and it's something that's growing in popularity at the moment, and is something that we should all embrace. I think it skipped one. Okay, so, oh yeah, it's working. Okay, so apart from sharing in real time, we also do Instagram photos, Facebook photos, short daily video clips, tweets, video blogs. We do this as we travel. We do it on a daily basis, a weekly basis, and then when we get home from our trip, we write a blog post, we make a video, we edit together a perfectly crafted video that we hope will promote the destination that we've traveled to in a way that they will like, but also in a way that is truthful and is authentic. Obviously, we're all fighting to get that perfect Instagram photo all the time. And of course, Maldives is the perfect place to come to do that. The crystal clear waters, the boardwalks, the overwater bungalows. It's something that we've all dreamed of, and it's something we love to share with our followers. But there's more to the Maldives than overwater bungalows. So much more to the Maldives. I know we've discussed it quite a lot today already, and I'm kind of excited to be able to share some of my experiences from the Maldives that hopefully will give you guys a little bit of a different perspective on the types of things you can experience here. So this is just an example of an Instagram picture I took last night. I took it on my phone with my phone stuck in the sand. There was no one around to help me. But it's images like this that help people to feel like they're in the moment with you as you're here in the Maldives. They can see the sunset. They can see how you're happy and you're just loving life, and that they want to do it as well. Oops. Okay, so I'm just going to play a video for you. Lovely screenshot there. So you have to forgive me. I've got 2 videos for you, and I stayed up till about 2 o'clock this morning editing them. So they're not highly professional, but they are extremely current. One is from my flight here, and the second one is from my arrival in the Maldives and my journey to Bandos Resort. And this is sort of an example of, I guess, live video and in the moment and bringing followers with you right here, right now. So could you play video number 1?
Hello from Dubai International Airport. My first flight just landed from Istanbul, and now I have to get my second flight to Mali in the Maldives. I'm lucky enough to fly business class with Emirates, so I'm currently heading to the lounge to see if I can see what kind of facilities they have, check it out, maybe get some free food, some free drinks, and then catch my flight. This is my first time inside a business class lounge, so it's all rather exciting. There's really good internet everywhere, Wi-Fi, there's some really comfy couches, computers, and we'll see what else there is to find. There is a charging station for all of your phones or gadgets. There's unlimited free drinks, including Moët and Chandon champagne or cocktails or beer. Unlike normal flights, if you fly business class, you actually get a menu Before takeoff, the air hostesses come up to you and ask if you would like a drink. You can have orange juice or water or even champagne. Cheers! Luckily for me on this flight, the 2 seats next to me are actually empty, so I have like a whole row to myself, which is incredible. As if I didn't have enough space as it was, now I have 2 spare seats. One of the best things about business class is if you don't want to see people next to you, you can put a little barrier up and down. So there's 3 modes, and the best mode is bed mode, so we're going to give that a go now. Let's go.
Okay, so that was my first one. So that was just an example to show you. You can see I was a little bit excited to be flying business class, but it's an example of how you can share your experience, you know, in the here and now. And now I'm telling you, every single one of my followers wants to fly business class with Emirates, so I think job done. Okay, next video if you will.
We have arrived in the Maldives. Oh, so excited. I just got off the plane and there was a car to pick me up, so I didn't even have to get the bus. So now I'm in a private car from the airplane on my way to the airport. This is crazy. I have just arrived at the airport and there are actually a whole team here to meet me. I feel like a VIP. There is a cameraman and some of the team from Maldives TV, and even as I'm taking this video, someone is taking my photo. Here you either get a seaplane or a speedboat to your hotel. I have just arrived at Bandos Resort and they have greeted me with a little flower lake, and the color of the water is unbelievable. Can you guys see this? I am in paradise.
Hello! So I arrived in Bandos Resort this morning and we are now on a day trip to check out some of the local islands here in the Maldives.
We've just arrived in Kura Island, which is one of the local islands here in the Maldives. In the Maldives, there's over 1,100 islands. 200 of them are resort islands, which are private, and 200 of them are local islands, where all the local people live, and they are very beautiful and very colourful. Welcome to Paradise Island, Maldives.
So that was the sunset last night. So we're currently up to date on my travels in the Maldives. Okay, so apart from videos, I also do personal storytelling. So my background is in journalism. I studied journalism for 4 years. I also worked for a newspaper as a technology journalist before I became a travel blogger. Travel is way better. But anyway, I love the art of storytelling. I love to be able to tell people a story, a personal story, both the good and the bad. Because we must admit, when you travel, it can be really difficult. Travel can be difficult. And it's not all luxury, and it's not all over water bungalows and everything working out perfectly. And for the normal traveler, no, you don't get picked up in a private car off the airplane, you know, and somebody else takes your passport and sorts out your bag. It's really amazing to have this for me, but it's not the normal traveler for the everyday person. So I just want to talk really briefly about my first experience in the Maldives. Hopefully I have a little bit more time. Yeah, okay. Last year I traveled to the Maldives on a budget. And I really mean I traveled to the Maldives on a budget. I had a very small budget. I arrived in Mali International Airport, and 24 hours before I arrived, I had no accommodation booked. I had nowhere to stay. And when I looked online, the cheapest hotel I could find was over $200 a night, which you might think, oh, that's budget for the Maldives. Well, I did not have $200 a night. So I went on a website called Couchsurfing. I don't know if you've ever heard of it. It's a website that allows you to essentially stay on strangers' couches for free. And so I emailed a guy, Ibrahim, and he lived in Mali, and he said straight away that I could come and stay on his couch. It was a bit risky, and I told my parents, I told everyone where I was going and the address, and just said, like, if you don't hear from me in 48 hours, I'm in trouble. So I arrived in the airport at night, and I didn't have a clue. I got a bus to Hulhamali, which I guess anyone from the Maldives here will know. It's like a local, I guess, man-made island next to the airport. And I tried to find his apartment, and I couldn't find it. And my phone wouldn't work. And I was just stuck in Hulhamali. It was about midnight, and I was walking up and down the street with my backpack, and this local man came up to me, and he said, "Can I help you?" And I told him that I couldn't find the address, and I was very tired, and I've been walking for a long time. And he said, "Get on my bike." So obviously I had to think about it for like 5 seconds, and I hopped on this guy's bike, total stranger to me, and he brought me to the apartment, the correct apartment, and did not kidnap me, which was amazing. And yeah, I arrived, and somebody opened the door, and I said, "Ibrahim?" And he said, "No, Ibrahim's not here, but make yourself at home." So I had this incredibly authentic, local budget experience. I couch surfed for a few days. Then I went to another island. Let's see if I have it. Oh, go back. Yeah, it's in a few slides' time. Anyway, I went to another island called Mafushi Island, where I found somewhere to stay on Airbnb. It was only $40 a night, so it enabled me to have a really local, authentic experience. And I guess it just showed me a side of the Maldives that I didn't know existed, that it is possible to do on a budget, and it is possible to have an amazing experience on a budget. But then let me talk about luxury, because obviously we associate the Maldives with luxury, and you can't really come to the Maldives without getting some bit of a small luxury experience. So as a travel blogger, I pitched a hotel, Villa Mendu, which is in the South Area Atoll, and they agreed that I could come stay there for a few nights, and I was going to be getting a seaplane. So you can imagine my excitement. I know you're all from the Maldives, and you probably take seaplanes all the time, but if you're the first time flying in a seaplane, it is extremely exciting. So exciting that I managed to give myself the worst stomachache I've ever had in my whole life, ever, before boarding the plane. So as I sat on this airplane, this beautiful seaplane, I was the only person not on my honeymoon, but that did not bother me. I had the worst stomachache, the worst. I just need to emphasize this. I felt awful, okay? But I arrived there, and I got given a tour, and I got given an amazing time. And now that I remember my experience, it's always the positive stuff I remember. It is never really that stomachache. It's never the feeling that I was on the seaplane and I wanted the ocean to swallow me up whole because I didn't want to be alive at that moment. I was in so much pain. I honestly don't think of that stuff now. And even though I shared it with my readers in a very genuine way, it actually helped them to connect with me a lot more because they realized, okay, she didn't have the perfect holiday we thought, but she still had an amazing time, and it was very real and very authentic. And they felt bad for me, and they left loads of comments on the blog post, and they said, they learned from it, I guess. But anyway, I ended up having the most incredible time, and it really was an incredible experience to be able to compare my local experience on a local island and my luxury experience in South Area Atoll. So just finally, I wanted to talk about, while I do a lot of storytelling and I do a lot of videos, I also think it's really important a lot of the time to turn your stories into guides, turn your stories into travel guides, and to answer the questions that people are asking about the Maldives. So how do I get around? What are the people like? How much do things cost? What should I wear? What fun things are there to do? Often people don't know the questions to ask about the Maldives because they don't know anything about the Maldives. It wasn't until I started researching that I realized the local islands often don't allow you to go swimming unless there's a bikini beach or a beach for tourists, you're not allowed to walk around in your bikini. People don't know these things, and they need to be educated about them. People didn't know that you don't have to get a speedboat or a seaplane to an island. You can actually get a ferry for $2. Yeah, it's going to take 2 or 3 hours, but the view is amazing along the way. Yeah, so when I wrote about the Maldives the last time, I ensured to write SEO optimized posts. So these are posts that are going to rank really high in Google for the search terms that I knew people were looking for. So if you search into Google now, you can check it out later. If you search Maldives on a budget, my blog will come up like second, third, or fourth, and all the information how to travel Maldives on a budget comes up. So if we can get more bloggers here to write about the destinations you want covered, the local islands, luxury islands, whatever you're looking for, and ensure that they know how to write an SEO optimized post, one that is going to come up in Google and answer the questions people are looking for, then you're going to get more people coming to your destination, more people coming to your hotel, and more people having a wonderful experience like I did. So that's it, and I want to thank you for inviting me. I really want to thank Maldives TV for inviting me. It's amazing to be back in the Maldives. Thank you.